Hello friends and enemies. Welcome to your ARC vlog part 2. So I promised you a part 2 and you know what? I'm glad I did. Because I have some big titles here for you that I'm very, very excited to read and I'm very excited to talk about. And I kind of can't believe I have ARCs for them, but we're here. We do have ARCs for them. So I'm going to tell you the ARCs we're going to read in this video. I'm going to tell you what I'm dropping from the list or lowering on the priority list because I'm giving myself through this week to read them all. And we'll go from there. So first up, I'll be reading Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Yeah, wet is happening and I cannot wait. That is very high on my priority list. In fact, it will be the first book in this video. I also have First Time Caller by BK Borison on audio. I'm likely going to try and read this one. If it doesn't catch my attention, it will not be in the video, but if it does, we're gonna try and finish it. That Time I Got Abducted by Aliens is also going to be in this video. And I'm very excited about it. I've actually already started it because I started it before I got Deep End. Next we have Never Planned on You. This is a wedding planner second chance romance situation, I believe. Anyways, next we have Shoot Your Shot. This is a hockey debut by a hockey wife. Former hockey wife, but still a hockey wife. And then we have My Big Fat Fake Marriage and Fan Service. If I don't get to one of the last two, it will probably be My Big Fat Fake Marriage. I haven't read When Grumpy Met Sunshine, but I do want to read that and I do want to read this new one, and I know I can read them without each other, so to speak. Anyways, I think I can read them as standalones, but we'll see what happens here. But yeah, I will be getting to most of these, if not all. You will notice, skipping Finley Donovan, Dick's Her Own Grave. I've still not read the other Finley Donovan, so I'm thinking to just give myself a minute to read Finley Donovan Rolls the Dice, and then I'll pick up Finley Donovan, Dick's Her Own Grave, and that'll get me current. But we will not have this many ARCs in the next ARC vlog, so it will be one video. So there's that. But yeah, we're gonna throw it to me reading Deep End, or Wet as I still like to call it. I'm reading Deep End and I don't want to stop. Like, I don't want to stop to update you, but I feel like I need to give some initial thoughts and feelings. I'm 2 hours in, so I've listened for about an hour because this app only goes up to 2 times speed, unfortunately. But I'm on chapter, so I feel like I have a good grasp on this so far. So basically, Scarlett, or Vandy, is our nervous wreck. She had a bad dive and an injury, so she had to take sophomore year off. Kind of, she redshirted that year, and her captain's boyfriend and her have broken up because her boyfriend Lucas, who's this like star diver, swim guy. I don't remember. I think he does swim, not dive. I think it's just swim. He is into kink and she's not, and she ends up meeting with said friend Penn and like tries to help her through it some, and then in a drunken moment, Penn at the like team party is like, what if you guys dated? And then later Lucas does email her and is like, listen, I think if you decide that you're interested in dating or this release, we should try it because we both like this. I find that fascinating as a choice. I'm very curious to see how it goes. So far though, sorry, I'm hitting things. So far, I'm really enjoying this one. I think this has just a really funny dialogue. I would say Scarlett's a narrator of a story that some people are not going to like. She's very in her own head, but I find it kind of funny and very like relatable because she had to go to one of her teacher's offices after she got a paperback and didn't get a grade, and she's like, oh my god, they got me for plagiarism. I didn't plagiarize, but they got me for plagiarism. And I was like, wow, very real statement. That is how my brain would also handle it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm gonna keep listening and fold laundry and stuff. I'm like literally like, what can I do around the house to just not stop listening, and play some games on my iPad probably, because I'm really enjoying this. So I'm gonna do that and I will be back to update you hopefully when I'm somewhere around halfway. There's no percentages on this app, it's just a bar, so I'm gonna guesstimate when I get to about the play button halfway. I will be back to talk to y'all because yeah, I'm just having a good time. I have 5.5-ish hours left right now, so I should finish tomorrow. We'll see though. Okay, so hi, I finished Deep End. Thank you, Penguin Random House audiobooks, for that audiobook. I stayed up way too late last night to finish this because I could not stop. This book is 100% a call out to perfectionists and to a thing in which May said to me, which is that you can't celebrate wins sometimes because you were just supposed to do that. That's this book through and through. I suspect some people will not like this one because it is definitely a lot steamier than other Allie Hazelwood's. I would say it's her steamiest to date, and I enjoyed it. I think she did a really good job doing kink exploration with two younger people in their 20s, and I loved it. It was our heroine Scarlett learning to let go of a lot of things, and then also realizing that Lucas was there for her. Our grand gestures were adorable. We did have some other woman friend drama, but the way that all was handled I really enjoyed, because it's hard to go through that, right? Like, the girl that set Scarlett and Lucas up was the girl that set Scarlett and Lucas up was Lucas's ex-girlfriend, but like they met as children, and like kind of dated out of obligation almost, and had grown apart really, but neither one was gonna like hurt the other one. But anyways, that's what the other woman drama is sort of here, and it's them working through it, and in fact it's Scarlett and this character becoming like best friends as well, and it just was really, really good. I had so much fun. This is easily a 5-6 star. This is possibly my favorite of the month. I'm not sure yet, but it very well may be. I found this just incredibly like most Allie Hazelwood's. I still have two I have not read by her because I'm kind of banking them, but one I know I'm probably not gonna like as much because it's the one that everybody doesn't like as much, and then I have the last one that came out, Not in Love. That one again, I'm like hoarding them away over here, like, okay, you will read them at some point. But yeah, I freaking loved Deep End. It is two collegiate swimming athletes, so one is a swimmer and one is a diver. She had an injury. She's like working to overcome said injury and like do the forward pike or whatever. Again, I don't know anything about these sports. Lucas is a Swede, so that's really funny because she just makes fun of his like him, and it's very like cute because it's very like real life what you would do if you were dating and or friends with someone, where she'll just use words wrong and he's like, seriously, that's not what this is, and she was like, whatever, it's this, and he's like, no. And that was just really funny and cute to read, and also their dynamic as far as her releasing control and things like that with him was just fan-freaking-tastic. So yeah, I had a good time. I really enjoyed it. So I'm 3 chapters into The Time I Got Abducted by Aliens and it turned into whatever. This long title by Kimberly Lemming, as she does. She loves the long title. I don't know what percent or anything that is because it's the Penguin Random House audio app that I get books through, but I'm having fun. First of all, our alien has hooves for feet, and he like freaks out when he sees her human feet. Her name is Dory, which I don't love. I never loved that as a name. Her full name's like Dorothy. Anyways, he sees her feet and is like, I can't take you to my village if you're diseased. And that was just very amusing to me. I don't know. It gave me a good giggle. So far, I'm enjoying it. It starts off running just like most alien romances do, I feel like, because you have to set up them ending up on the planet that they're on. So that's happening right now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I am curious to see how it plays out overall as I continue. It's a good time so far, so that's a win. I'll have more thoughts in a bit, but I just wanted to check in that like I have started it and I am enjoying it. So I've made more progress for Kimberly's new book, and this is semi-spoilery. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at in the book is the part of the problem, but I'm around chapter 8. She has 2 mates. It appears the serum the Weird Al aliens gave her and them has activated the mate thing without the trial. And also, the aliens have knots. So they have hooves and they have knots. And they get knotted together and stuck and have to like run away from a thing. So that was very funny and silly and a good time. I'm enjoying this. I'm just not like loving it like I've loved her fantasy romance silly books. So there's that. But yeah, I'm going to keep listening and I will be back in a bit. There are only like 20 some chapters, 22 chapters in an epilogue. So I'm nearing halfway. Like I will be halfway done before I leave for an appointment today. So that's the good news. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I have book updates. Boy, do I have book updates. Let's just say you're getting a couple updates from this position and it's not going well. First up, I got abducted by aliens and now I'm in a rom-com. 3 stars. It needed another POV. It needed the other 2 love interests' POV, to be honest with you. That was seriously one of the problems. I needed that for the chemistry. Like, it was fine. It was fine. And we're going to get another one, it sounds like, from the end of the first one. And I might try it, but I might not. I like an alien romance. I like the setup. That's a fun one. But I giggled a few times. I giggled, but I would not say to like rush out and get this book when it comes out next month. I'm so happy I got the audiobook through the Penguin Random House app. Like, that was a fantastic delight to have that to listen to. The audio narration was great, but the story, I don't know. I really think it needed like all the love interest POVs, which is like I normally don't feel that way, but I really felt like it needed the POVs happening. I also I giggled at parts, but I didn't giggle as much as I've giggled in previous Kimberly Lemming, so there's that. And then let's talk about the next book that I'm pausing. I'm calling this a softie enough, okay? So then I read or started Never Planned on You. And she has a 13-year-old nephew, or almost 13. They're getting ready for his bar mitzvah in a couple months. And I haven't read the first book by Lindsay, and I met Lindsay at Steamy Lit 2 years ago, and she's fantastic. And I think I would like this book, but I think I am burnt out on contemporaries right now, because I read a lot of contemporaries for the first vlog, and now I'm reading more contemporaries for this vlog, and I think I'm contemporaried out. Specifically, like, just contemporaries, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a contemporary romance. There's no like extra bit to it. So I started this one. I've read about 13% of it, and I'm softie enoughing. So as by softie enough, I mean I will probably return to this at some point, maybe via audio, maybe not. But anyways, her 13-year-old nephew says that he has all the Riz on Roblox, and I was like, ugh. I mean, not wrong, or not how that is how kids talk right now. I know. I just was like, ugh. But also, it opens 8 years ago, and she's on her exchange program in college in London, and her and this guy have this amazing one-night stand, and they're never going to see each other again. And then we fast forward to current day. She's like on her 3rd career choice, and her family is like definitely not the nicest about her choices to switch careers. So I don't love that. I'm not really in the mood for that right now, like the like disappointment child situation. I don't think she's a disappointment, but you know what I'm saying, like that feeling. And she's like leaves her job to go get lunch at the coffee shop and runs into that guy. His name is like Benedict Graham or Graham Benedict, something like that. And he's in Baltimore, which is a surprise because like he's lived in London prior to this. But anyways, yeah, so he's now in Baltimore. She ends up in line behind him. She's like, oh my God. But like we faded to black. We just got that there was a zing. I wanted to see the chemistry on page, you know, in that prologue. And I understand why it's not there. And I understand that not everyone wants that, but I do. I did. So yeah, I'm softie enoughing this because like then we go to her like family dinner and they are just all over her at this dinner. And just like, I'm not enjoying that dynamic right now. It's not working for me. So softie enough. We may return one day, but that day is not today. That is not this month. We're going to move on to try another book. So I will be back to update you soon. All I have are contemporaries. And it's awful. And I don't want to read contemporaries right now. But I started my big fat fake marriage. And I have giggled multiple times during it. And I think in comparison to the other contemporary I tried to read today, this one feels much sillier. And I can maybe do a silly one. We're going to try. I'm 10% in now. But our heroine is basically like neighbors with a guy who's like a Steve Rogers / Ted Lasso-esque guy. And think more Steve build, you know, like a bigger guy than Ted. But that's her neighbor. He gives her pies and different baked goods. Anyway, she has a run-in with him in the elevator and something's off. she knows something's off, and she's concerned that he's one of those fake nice guys. And when she goes over to like have a peace treaty of sorts, just check on him, there are heads of women cut out of magazines and photos. And she sees a note that says, how will I explain where my wife is, or something. Or yeah, like, where has my wife been, like, sort of thing. And she's like, yikes. And then he's like, Constance, which she's determined her name is, which is not her name. And she like runs away. And then he comes to confess, like, kind of the truth of the matter a little more. Slash, like, not what's going on, but more of that, like, apology confession situation. Anyways, he takes motion sickness pills every time he lies. And he tells her he takes 4 or 5 a day, but then he's like, I have to confess it's 20. This is very silly. This feels like just like lightly unhinged contemporary. So I'm kind of here for it. I'm going to keep reading a little bit more of it tonight. But also I am giving myself the freedom to do like I did with Never Planned on You and soft DNF it, because I just super don't want to read contemporaries right now, but I don't want to not do this vlog. Hey, I'm here to admit defeat. So I didn't read all the arcs I wanted to read in this vlog, and this is, I'm practicing the art of not having to be perfect, which it has no value, perfectionism, but I'm also practicing the art of telling myself it's okay to set out for one goal at the beginning of a video and to have to pivot because things just aren't working. And I don't want to DNF every freaking book I pick up because I just am not in the mood for that genre right now. So on that note, if there is a book, an arc I mentioned having in here that I did not read and you're really excited to hear me talk about, let me know in the comments and I will try and get it in a vlog as soon as possible this month. In fact, maybe I'll read it during my 24 and 48. Like, we have some choices here on how that plays out. So we can try that. And otherwise, I will read them in a weekly vlog because I'm near current on arcs through March now. Like, Banana Pants, this is fantastic. This is a thrilling thing for me to experience. But because of that, like, the weird reading mood I'm in, I'm just like, we shouldn't force this. This is a bad idea to force it. So we're not going to force it. We're going to allow ourselves the grace to say, the project ends here. We finished with a book we loved, like a 6-star read, basically, with D-Bend, and I'm so happy that it worked for me, even though I'm not feeling contemporaries right now, because like that's a win. So yeah, you know, I read a good bit of these. I still have raised my NetGalley score some more, so like that feels like a win to me, even if I'm finishing this vlog with 3 arcs that I have not reviewed, 4 arcs that I've not reviewed or read. But again, I'm gonna give myself the grace to say that's okay, because like one of them I have to read the sequel, the one that came before it, before I can even read it, because it's a sequel. So three books, technically 3 NetGalley arcs that I could have read and did not, because I just do not feel like reading contemporaries right now. So yes, I have Soft DNF'd, Never Planned on You, and My Big Fat Fake Marriage, because I do want to read them, but I don't want to read them right now. And then I am putting Lexi Brown's Shoot Your Shot on my like soon TBR. Like, I will read these no later than March is the plan, but they're just gonna be in a regular weekly vlog because I didn't do good. I think the biggest lesson I have from all of this, from the 2-part video I've had to do, is 1, I need to request less beginning of the year arcs, because how did I get here? That was wild. That was an incredible amount of arcs to read between January and March for me, as someone who's not always the best about that. So future ones, less books. The goal will be 4 to 5, because that's manageable. I can do that. I can't do 7, 8, 9 books in one vlog necessarily. I can sometimes, but I just could not for this. So yeah, I'm giving myself grace. If you have an arc for the next quarter, so April, May, or June, that you really want to see me read, let me know in the comments. I have a small amount so far for that time period, so I'm definitely like open to options. I do have something I'm really, really excited about though. So that video will come late March / early April with those arcs to kind of help you figure out if you want to read them or not, if you want to put that hold in at the library, all those things. So yeah, this is me practicing self-care and saying I have to be done, and cutting myself off instead of dragging this video out longer. So I hope you enjoyed it still. I would love to know if any of these you're planning to pick up or prioritize. And if not, like I said, let me know what you're looking forward to the next 3 months after this. So if you don't do any of that, leave me, what emoji? Leave me a cupcake emoji or food, cake, some sort of emoji like that down below. That'd be great. I'm gonna go drown my perfectionist ways in some food in a minute. But yeah, you can do that down below. I will have links to these for you, links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days in my next video. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited